All right, we are live on YouTube, and tonight we're going to be discussing why so many men behave poorly and what to do about it. So stick around for all of that and much, much more that's coming right. Whoa! Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. And after you bang that bell, when that pop-up box pops up, make sure you select all notifications, because that way you won't miss a single thing. You will not miss anything at all when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. That is absolutely positively correct. If you subscribe to this channel, bang the bell, select all notifications, you won't miss a single beat when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. So that way, I can help you accomplish whatever it is that your heart desires. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to help you get what you want, as long as it's positive. I'm not here to help you with anything negative. If it's positive, I'm here to help you accomplish anything positive that you'd like to accomplish. That's what this channel is all about. It is not about negativity. Unfortunately, tonight, I'm going to be sharing a story with you folks at the beginning of this show that just blows my mind. And I'm going to be talking about a YouTuber out here. I'm not going to mention his name. I'm sure the people that have followed me in the past may know who I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be sharing this story for example purposes, because it just blows my mind how this mid-40s man, this middle-aged grown man, is behaving out here on YouTube. I can only imagine how he behaves at home around his wife and his kids. And he runs his own business too. I can only imagine how he treats his clients. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I got to tell you, my experiences out here on YouTube over the last 4 years of being an actual content creator, between the former channel I used to run and now this channel that I've been running for just over 2 years. We just had our 2-year anniversary last week. Happy 2-year anniversary on this channel. Happy birthday to the Grip on Life channel. I think I'm going to give myself a big, huge round of applause. Oh, yeah. Oh, and speaking of which, look who's in the chat. Welcome back, Firewolf Studios. He's back to being a mod here. Mutt, I don't know if you ever met Firewolf Studios. He's a great guy that I met through the Growth Stream community, and known him for over a year. You may or may not know him, but he is a phenomenal guy. If you have not subscribed to each other, Mutt and Firewolf Studios, please subscribe. And Firewolf and Mutt, feel free to share any channel links you'd like in the chat of your channels or anyone else's that you feel would be worthy to subscribe to. I trust my moderators here. You know, I've had a huge purge on my channel over the past 5-6 months. And the moderators that remain, you have freedom of reign to pretty much do whatever you want within reason, but do what you got to do. And Mutt Nuts World knows, yeah, I know him. Yeah, he's back. He's a good guy. We talked, Firewolf Studios and I talked on Google Hangouts a few days ago. We're probably going to talk a little bit more later tonight if he's still awake when I'm done here in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours max. And, you know, we had a great conversation, and we're going to be collaborating on some stuff. He had some issues dealing with lots of trolls, just like I did. And we've both, you know, we never had any issues with each other, to be honest with you. We got kind of stuck in this endless loop of drama, and we've just put it behind us, and we're going to be moving forward. And more than likely, I'll be interviewing Firewolf Studios on my channel here over the next few weeks, or by the beginning of the new year. We're going to figure that out, but we're going to do a lot of collabs together. And Mutt, be ready. Mutt, be ready by the new year, because we're going to be working with you too, Mutt. Mutt, you've promised me that we're going to be working on some stuff together. And we got to do it, because I think when we all work together, we create better greatness together, right? Right. So anyway, well, let me just check to make sure the stream is running properly here. The notification has gone out, and I'm checking the back end in YouTube Studio, and it looks like we are rolling quite well. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing a story at the beginning of this stream here in just a few minutes regarding the topic. And the topic is why so many men behave poorly in today's modern world and what to do about it. One more time. Why so many men behave poorly in today's modern world and what to do about it. But first, before we get to that, I cannot forget to pay props to this channel's amazing sponsor, my good friend Troy Brewer, who is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. For all of your product and service needs from the most trusted professionals in the industry, please consider visiting www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. One more time, that's www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. You can also visit a subsidiary of the Discover Community Network known as the DCN Internet Radio Network. DCN stands for Discover Community Network Internet Radio Network. And if you go on that website, you will see a bunch of internet radio stations. And there are talk stations. There are also music stations. And more than likely, one of the talk or music stations is going to suit your genre needs. So if you like to listen to talk or music throughout your days, whether you're at home or if you're in your car, it's mobile friendly as well. You can connect through your car's Bluetooth or Apple CarPlay or Android Auto and listen to the DC Internet Radio Network even while you're driving safely. So if you want to check out that site, www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. One more time, that's www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. Both those links are below in the description, about a third of the way down. And if you go to those sites and find out how to connect with Troy, which you can connect with him through any one of his sites, if you send Troy an email, please do not forget to mention that Coach Eli sends you with lots and lots and lots and lots of love, because Coach Eli has lots of love for everyone, no matter what. I love everyone, no matter what. Even the people that aren't doing the greatest things, I still have love with you deep within. I mean, I'll keep my distance from you because you're a huge distraction to my success and other positive people's success. But if you're a negative person, I still have love for you because I still have hope for you. That's the kind of guy I am. Maybe one day, you'll open your eyes and ears and maybe take some of the things that I discuss into consideration. It might change your life for the better and make you a more happy, positive, and successful person if you actually, just listen for once. Listen to positive things for once instead of continuing to spiral down into a negative hole that you're never going to get out of unless you really want to. So anyway, that is that. Also, folks, if you haven't been to my channel in a while and you notice that you can't chat in here, my chats are members only. If you would like to find out how you can chat in my chat, just go and read what Nightbot is sharing in my stream. If you're a moderator, you're free. If you want to become a channel member, you can chat unlimited, or if you're not a channel member or a moderator and you don't want to become a channel member, you can actually super chat even if you're not a member or a moderator. So those options are available for you. So just, read what Nightbot is saying in the chat, and there's a link there on where to go to become a channel member if you would like to become one. All right, so let's get right to it. Let me check out the chat here real quick. Muttnuts World says, wow, just found out I won a fellow YouTubers giveaway. It's coming from Alaska. Can't wait. That's the second giveaway I have won in past few weeks. Congratulations, Mutt. I'm going to have to give you a big round of applause. Yeah. Congratulations, Muttnuts World. Mutt, do you play the lottery? Because if not, maybe you should, I can't even talk. You should start playing the lottery because you've had a lot of great luck lately. You might win $1 million, $10 million, $20 million. Mutt, you never know, Mutt. If you're feeling the good luck, go for it, right? Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. I'm sure Mutt plays the lottery every now and then. Firewolf Studios says, hello, Firewolf Studios. What's going on, bro? Great to have you here. And it's great to have you back on the moderator team. And it's great to have you back here being a part of the Coach Eli clan. And I'm so blessed and honored. I know you are telling me that you're going to make me a mod on your channel. Whether you do or you don't, bro, no big deal. I still have love for you, but thank you in advance if you decide to do that. And I look forward to the future possibilities. Firewolf Studio says, hey, Muttnuts. Muttnuts World says, yeah, I know him. Muttnuts World furthermore says, I know. Just had a lot going on, but hope next year is better for me. And next month is my birthday. Yeah, well, this month is my birthday in 17 days. Well, 16 days now. And I'm going to have something really special planned here for my birthday. So Firewolf, Mutt, and anyone else, save December 17th. I want to get a panel of my moderators, as many as possible, to come out here, celebrate my birthday, and just have some nice friendly chat. We can talk about each other's channels. We can talk about how 2020 went for each of us. We can talk about anything and everything. As long as we keep it advertiser friendly, I don't want to get demonetized or get removed from the YouTube partner program like many other people have been getting removed. Then we're all good. Muttnuts World furthermore says, thank you, and no, I don't play the lottery. I would start playing every now and then, Mutt, because you probably win. You've been very lucky lately, Mutt, so why wouldn't you play the lottery? You've got that winning fever, don't you? Firewolf Studio says, yeah, Eli, you know I have been through a lot. Oh, bro, tell me about it. You and I have both been through a lot, man. YouTube can be a bloodbath, man. It really can be. Trying to accomplish anything in life, bro, is not easy. But, if you're persistent and you're strong and you just don't let the small stuff get to you, don't sweat the small stuff. If you just focus on yourself and the good people and not focus on anyone else that's trying to bring you down and just ignore those people, then nothing is going to stand in the way of your success, bro. And I'm really proud of your accomplishments. And once again, I'm really proud that you reached out to me to reconnect. I look forward to what the future entails, man. So thanks again for being here. Mine is January 25th, says Muttnuts World. Yes, happy early birthday. Remind us as we get closer, Mutt, we have to do a special birthday stream for you too. We can do it on your channel, my channel, anyone's channel, right? Let us know. Muttnuts World says, too expensive to play to be able to win the big money. I hear you. I was just saying you're having some great luck lately, Mutt, so you just never know what's going to happen, right? You never know what's going to happen. All right. What was I going to? I was going to mention one more thing before we get to this story initially, and then we'll get right to it. So I've been mentioning I have this amazing 1 hour and 1 hour and 18 minute Walking with Purpose pre-recorded video coming in 4K at 60 frames per second. Yesterday I mentioned I finished rendering it and I uploaded it, and I figured it was going to take a while for it to process. Right before I went live, a couple of hours before I went live or so, it finally finished processing, and it looks amazing in 4K at 60 frames per second, even after YouTube does its compression thing. And I learned something about YouTube. YouTube and Google, they have a special codec that they use to encode videos in better quality. That Google created this codec called VP9. Okay, there's MP4 and then there's VP9, basically when you upload videos that are not 4K, YouTube will encode your video, I believe, in MP4. And if your videos get to like 1,000 views, then they'll re-encode them, I believe, in VP9, which is better quality. But here's the kicker. I heard about this. If you upload your video in 4K, they encode all other resolutions in VP9. So just because my video is available in 4K at 60 frames per second, if you are not able to view it at 4K at 60 frames per second, you can also view it at 1080p at 60 frames per second, and that's also been encoded in VP9. So even the 1080p version at 60 frames per second is going to almost look like 4K. It's just amazing. Same with the 720p at 60 frames per second version. So it finished processing. To make a long story short, that video, I'm going to schedule it before I go to bed tonight. It will be released tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific. And folks, you're going to love this video. I'm taking a hike in one of the nearby beautiful hiking trails in my area. And I shared some personal stories of things I experienced in life and how I overcame them. You're just going to love it. So I know you've been waiting for that video, right? You're going to want to check it out. It's coming out tomorrow. You'll have something incredible to watch tomorrow. Boy, all of a sudden I have 16 viewers on right now. And I know where these viewers are coming from. They know exactly who I'm going to talk about, even though I'm not going to mention his name. And no, I am not feeding back into the drama, but I'm going to share my thoughts about this because I think it's ridiculous. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But before I get to that, how's this show going to go tonight? I'm going to share this story here. I'm going to talk about this one YouTuber without mentioning his name. And then I'm going to take a break after that. And then after that, I'm going to be dissecting another amazing blog from the lifehack.org website. And the title of the blog is 13 Things Mature Men Don't Do. This may take me a couple of breaks to get through this show. So this show's probably going to be around 2 hours long tonight. Yeah, it's an awesome blog regarding the things that mature men don't do. So the things we're going to be talking about, for men out there, don't do these things if you want to be looked at as a mature man and be respected as a man. And again, this topic, I'll tell you what inspired me to do this topic, just hearing about through the grapevine, because I don't follow this former drama spiel. I don't follow this former drama sphere, which is what I'm trying to say, like I used to in the past. But I still have a few trusted friends behind the scenes that make me aware of things. And every now and then I'll get recommended something, even though I'm not subscribed to these people. And I just hear things through the grapevine. And I just started to see some things happening with this one guy that I came across on YouTube around the beginning of this year in 2020. So let's get to that story right now. Okay. So Muttnuts World says, yep. Okay. What I will say is this guy, I'll just say, the state he lives in. He lives in Louisiana. So for those of you that are here from, a former drama group I used to be involved with unintentionally, I'm sure you already knew I was talking about. But this is a guy that lives in Louisiana. He's a guy that is married and has a couple of kids and runs his own business. I'm not going to get any more specific than that, because this guy likes to intentionally set people up to be able to go and flag them and take their channel down, which is pretty pathetic. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous the way that this guy operates. And I'm going to share with you folks my experiences with him as an example of the topic of this stream, why so many men behave poorly in today's modern world and what to do about it. Because there are things that the people that are involved with this guy that's misbehaving as a grown-ass man, there are things they can do about it. But they're not, because number one, they love drama. But I'm also more concerned about his wife, his kids, and his friends and his family. That's what my concern is. It makes me wonder what's really going on in this guy's head at times, and what does his family think about him? What do his kids think about him? Or does he hide this from his kids, right? Does he live a double life aside from his kids? You know, does he and his wife live a double life outside of their kids, and does he live a different life on and off of YouTube? So let's go back to the beginning of the year when I first met this guy. When I first met this guy, I thought he was an okay dude. He seemed like a pretty decent guy. He had a monetized channel. Actually, you know what? I actually met him before the beginning of 2020. I met him towards the end of 2019 before I got monetized. And I brought him on a live stream. And when he came on a few live streams, and he was okay the first time. I think it was the second time when this happened. We were talking about relationships, and he was, talking about his wife, and I was saying, how's family life, man? I'm a coach. I'm curious about those things, right? And he goes, yeah, life's okay. When you've been married as long as I've been married, things kind of slow down a little bit. What do you mean by that? Well, exactly what I said is what I mean. Things slow down. I said, are you talking about in the bedroom? He's like, yeah. I said, well, how do you overcome that? Like, how do you keep the fire burning? He goes, well, and I couldn't believe he said this. Now, I'm not going to say it exactly as he said it. I want to keep this as clean as possible. Obviously, I'm a monetized channel, and I do want to, say this as respectfully as possible. But he said that the way that him and his wife keep the fire burning after all this time is by watching a certain type of pornography. And that type of pornography is when, let's say, for example, you have a married couple. And let's say that the wife wants, her husband to watch her being pleased or taken care of intimately by another man. I'm sure you know what that's called. Now, if I actually say the actual phrase, I might get demonetized or even worse. I don't want to risk that. But you folks know what I'm talking about. He told me that him and his wife enjoy watching this guy that I'm talking about, this YouTuber from Louisiana. Him and his wife enjoy watching, pornography that consists of a married couple where the woman enjoys her husband watching her with another man. And I was thinking in my head, this is not the type of content I want on my channel. And this is not the kind of person that I want on my live streams. I had no idea this guy was going to come on to my stream and talk in that way. Now, it'd be one thing if him and I were talking privately behind the scenes and he told me about that. Okay, no worries. But that's not something that I wanted on my professional channel. And after that point, when that stream ended, obviously I removed that stream. I did not want to keep that stream public. I removed it. I deleted it. It's not even private. I completely deleted it. Yeah, Firewolf. I'll tell you who this is when we talk later, bro. I just, it's pretty crazy, right? So I basically, told this guy that, I can no longer, bring you on panels because I cannot have that type of conversation. I'm about to get monetized. I need to keep my channel. This was last year before I got monetized. I need to keep my channel clean. Plus, I'm a professional. And, I want people to be able to feel safe and comfortable here. And then we don't need to talk about those things publicly on a live stream. So he didn't fare too well with that. Now, he was a moderator on my channel, and he was also making some donations on my channel at that time. And I was grateful and thankful for it. But as he was making those donations, he was making some pretty snarky comments. He was basically stirring up the pot. And he was breaking my rules of, I don't want any drama here on my channel. So when you're in that situation where someone's, donating money to you, yet they're not abiding by your rules, they're not, how do I say this the right way? They're not being respectful, right, to the rules and the other people. It's almost like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You see, some people out here on YouTube think that if they donate to you, they feel they have the right to say whatever they want to say within your live stream chats, right? And that's the furthest thing from the truth, because for me, I'd rather not make money from somebody like that at all. I'd rather refund their money and ban them and get rid of them. What ended up happening, he kept on donating and he kept on, coming in and just saying some very derogatory things. And I kept telling him, dude, listen, if you continue to do this, I'm going to have to remove you. And then he kept pushing the button and I had to ban him and remove him. The moment I banned him and removed him, that's when he went into crazy mode. That's when he started going live on his channel and, saying a lot of nasty things about me, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, fine. That's what some people do, right? They're going to go and talk about you for a while. No big deal. You can ignore that. You can move on, right? No, it doesn't work that way with me. Absolutely not. Firewolf Studios, absolutely not. But wait, the story gets better. It gets better, okay? What does this guy do next? Okay? He starts doing other things. Now, I don't have any proof that he did this to my channel. He claimed that he bought subscribers from my channel. I don't have any proof he did that or not. As far as I know, that did not happen. But that's what he says he's done. But I know for a fact that he's purchased live viewers for my live streams in the past. That's called live view botting. This guy started to live view bot me. And he was also saying on his streams that, he bought me a bunch of subscribers. Like, I have no proof that he did that. And, I'm not about that. I'm here to grow the right way. So it wasn't good enough for this guy to just talk a little smack about me because I removed him for violating my rules. He had to take it to the next level by then acting like a little kid and, supposedly buying subscribers and live view botting me, right? Pretty pathetic, right? Why would anyone want to waste their time and money doing something stupid like that, right? But wait, it gets worse. Then the guy starts to simulcast me, right? The guy starts to, rebroadcast my live streams as they were being broadcasted live. What did I do? I ended up taking the guy down for copyright a few times. And, that pretty much, solved itself. But wait, there's more, right? Many of you are aware. Now, this guy is still a part of that former Dramasphere group I talk about every now and then that I used to be a part of. He's a part of that Dramasphere group, right? And he's still stirring up the pot with many people. I have not talked about this guy. I'd say in at least 6 or 8 months. But every so often, he continues to talk about me out of the blue. Every so often, I'll do a YouTube and Google search and see what are people doing, right? Are they still talking about me or not? And every so often, this guy still talks about me, even though I never talk about him. That's pathetic, dude. It's pathetic, right? But there's more. There's more. If we fast forward to the current day here, if we fast forward to the current day, or the current past few days, this guy has recently done something that I feel karma will pay him back for. And dude, let me tell you something. If you're watching me or you hear, I'm sure you'll hear about this. I don't care how many streams you do. I don't care if you use my content, and I'm not going to flag you. You want to, dude, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care anymore. Do what you got to do, right? Talk all the smack you want to talk. The point I'm trying to make here is this. Like karma is about to bite you, you know where. Because you have a monetized channel as your main channel that I have no clue how in the world it's still monetized with the content you put on there that's not advertiser friendly. You also play copyrighted music all the time. None of your videos are probably monetized. They're probably all with the yellow dollar sign. Or they're probably not able to be monetized because you have content ID claims with all the rap music you play, right? And with no disrespect, dude, you're a middle-aged, mid-40s around there, conservative Caucasian man. And I'm not trying to tell you what you can and can't listen to, but you're sitting there and you're playing all this rap music, trying to make yourself come off like you're some cool dude, man. Wow. How pathetic, dude. How pathetic do you think you're coming off? So what happened next? Yeah, Mutnuts World says, karma has no deadline, and you mess with the bull, you will get the horns. But they're not he's not messing with me. But he did something over the past couple of days that I was made aware of by some good friends behind the scenes, and I kind of looked into it a little bit, right? So there's this channel. There's this channel, run by a guy named Sam. I'm just going to say Sam as his first name. And Sam, he's a very outspoken guy. I've heard Sam speak, and to be honest with you, I think Sam has a lot of great points, and he's pretty straightforward and honest about what he says. He's probably one of the few people in that Dramasphere group that I respect. He's so direct and so honest that it triggers a lot of these people in that Dramasphere, because these people, just like this guy I've been talking about, are very weak and insecure, and they don't want to hear the truth because the truth doesn't make them feel good. They want to live this lie because they're so unhappy within themselves. They need to live a lie to make themselves feel better. Firewolf Studio says, karma moves in two directions. If we act virtuously, the seed we plant will result in happiness. If we act non-virtuously, suffering results. Absolutely. So true, Firewolf says Mutnuts World. And karma is that bull, says Mutnuts World. Absolutely, absolutely. Right? But listen to this. I had to share this story because this guy just doesn't get it. I don't get how any grown man in their mid-40s that has a wife and kids could behave this way and then come out here publicly online, show his face and his name, and still be respected, and still run his own business and still be respected. Like, I don't get it. I don't. But here's what he did. He went on to Sam's stream. Sam has been building his channel. I think Sam was nearing 1,000 subscribers or so. And so he got on the show. I did not see the show. I just heard about this. He got on the show. And from what I heard, basically, Sam was asking him some questions and he was being pretty straightforward because he felt that this guy was kind of beating around the bush. And Sam, in case this gets back to you, you're right. This guy was beating around the bush because he's very insecure. He's a very weak man. And he's very unhappy with his life, and he's projecting his insecurities onto every single person, not only in this drama sphere, but anyone he comes across on YouTube, because he behaves like a little child. And you're right, you called him out, right? And because this guy, couldn't take the fact that Sam was being so honest and asking really good questions, instead of just graciously bowing out, you want to know what this guy did to Sam's stream? They were on StreamYard. He opens up a screen sharing window and starts sharing pornography on his stream. This guy starts sharing pornography on his stream, on Sam's stream. Next thing you know, the next day, Sam no longer has a channel. You go to Sam's channel now, it says this channel has been terminated for violating multiple, terms of service violations involving, nudity and sexual content. They'll take your channel down just like that if you do that. It's their option to, but typically if you do something like that, it'll delete your whole channel in one shot. And I cannot believe that this guy from Louisiana, a supposed family man that's married with 2 kids, runs his own business, has a monetized YouTube channel, is... Give me a second here. Okay, I thought something happened to the stream. We're still good. My apologies. So yeah, so I just can't believe that this guy did that. I cannot believe that he played pornography, on Sam's stream to try to get back at Sam. And then again, like I said, the next day, Sam's channel was gone. But wait, there's one more thing. Right before I went live, about an hour before I went live, this guy from Louisiana went live on his channel. Give me 1 second here. This guy went live on his channel and was talking about what he did on Sam's stream. Let me tell you how narcissistic this guy is. And there's something wrong with this guy. No disrespect, I'm just being honest here. Let me tell you what this guy said. He goes, yes, I went on to Sam's channel. I didn't like what he said. I had a bad day at work. It wasn't a good day. And he wasn't being reasonable with me. He wasn't being reasonable with you? If you didn't like what he was saying, man, you could have just said, hey, I'm going to leave the show. I don't want to answer these questions. You could have been mature about it. You're a grown man. And you could have been mature about it. But instead of taking the mature approach, you decided to open up a screen share on the stream through StreamYard and put pornography on there. And then during this guy's stream an hour before I went live, he said, well, when I didn't like what Sam was asking me or saying to me, I porn bombed him on his stream. And then after I left the stream, I went and flagged him and went in my Discord and told other people to flag him for nudity. So because of the fact, let me get this straight, because of the fact that you were on someone else's show, then they were asking you questions that you didn't have to answer, and you could have just walked away and said, hey, you know what, I'm not here for this. I don't really feel like answering those questions. Can we talk about something else or I'm going to leave? You could have handled it maturely, but instead, no. Instead, you said that I porn bombed them on purpose, and then I went and flagged them after that for nudity. And then I went in my Discord and told everybody to flag him. What kind of a human being are you, man? What kind of a human being are you to do that? As far as I'm concerned about this former drama sphere, I could care less what happens because all of you in this drama sphere are going to eat each other alive and you're all going to shut each other's channels down. I'm telling you right now, if you want to survive on YouTube, get out of that drama sphere. Because the more and more you folks stay in it, the more you're going to keep flagging each other down and setting each other up like this. I was not going to talk about this, but I could not move forward without sharing my thoughts and my experiences with this guy, and to share that I feel this is piss poor behavior for a grown-ass man. This is poor behavior. Sir, do you have any morals, values, and ethics? Are you a strong man, sir? Because a strong, real man would not behave this way like a 2-year-old kid just because you didn't get your way. Wham! Dude, you're a man, you've got a wife and 2 kids, and you run your own business, and this is the way you behave publicly? It's not even about your behavior. That's not great either, but you basically deliberately set up another YouTuber to take his channel down solely on the fact because you have a disagreement with him or you didn't like the questions he was asking. That's pretty pathetic, man. And let me tell you something. Karma has no deadline. I keep saying this time and time again. I've said this to every single person that's involved in drama, whether it's through this drama sphere group or any other drama group. Karma has no deadline. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns, right? Now, in this case, I'm not the bull. In this case, Sam is the bull, right? Because you deliberately set him up to take down his channel. Sam was running a stream, and yeah, Sam, you should have probably taken that stream down. I would have. The moment that he did that, I would have shut that stream down, and I would have deleted it in 2 seconds. I've had people come on my channel and, do some things that were inappropriate, and I immediately shut down that stream and deleted it without even saying a thing. All right, we're out. I got to shut this down and delete it before it gets flagged and I get removed for something out of my control. Out of my control. That was out of Sam's control. Sam lost his channel over something out of his control. And probably the rest of his stream had some good stuff on it that he didn't want to delete. Should he have had to delete that stream just because you went on there and because he asked you questions that you didn't like? You decided to porn bomb him? My prediction is this. Because of what this guy did to Sam's channel, and then he went on his stream and admitted what he did. He admitted he porn bombed him, and then he flagged him, then went in his Discord and told everyone else to flag him for sexually explicit and nudity content, right? If that's the way you're going to play, man, let me tell you, karma's going to come back to bite you in the you-know-what. Here's my prediction, sir, for your channel. I give your channel 2 to 3 months before you get demonetized, and 3 to 6 months before you're completely wiped out on your main channel and YouTube takes you down. Do you not think for 1 second that because of what you did, people aren't going to come at your channel? I'm not telling them to do that. I could care less. This is just for example purposes. But do you not think that these people are not going to come at your channel because of the stupid thing you did, right? And if you think that your content is clean and advertiser friendly, no, it's not. No, it's not. Your day's going to come. Because like I've said in the past, I treat others the way I want to be treated. And I believe in the saying, what goes around comes around. And let me tell you something. What you put out there, dude, you're going to get back. It's only a matter of time. Mark my words. Now, I'm not going to be talking about it. I've moved on. I'm doing my own thing. I was just using you for example purposes because this is the most pathetic, immature, insecure behavior I've ever seen out of any middle-aged grown man that is married, has 2 kids, and has his own business, right? So why is he behaving this way out here on YouTube? Let me wrap up by saying that before I take my first break. Why is he behaving this way? Why? Because number one, he doesn't love himself. He's very insecure. He's an insecure man. I don't know about his upbringing. Maybe he came from a broken household. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But there's something happened along the way that made him be this way. Another thing, what it could be is, and I've never seen a picture of his wife, and I'm not trying to be critical, okay? Sometimes when you're married for a while, people will gain weight. It happens, right? So I'm just assuming that maybe his wife, put on some weight to the point of where he's not as attracted to her anymore or doesn't feel that same intimate desire towards her as he used to. Which is why he, mentioned, if we go back to when I first met him over a year ago, when he came on my stream, was saying my wife and I like to watch a certain type of pornography where, a married couple brings in another guy and then the married guy watches his wife with another man. I mean, why would you have to resort to that if you love your wife unconditionally, and you're attracted to her no matter what? There's a disconnect happening in this guy's life. There's a complete disconnect happening here. He's not happy. It's obvious. He's not happy. And it probably stems from, his marriage, right? So if he's not happy in that marriage, if he's not attracted to his wife anymore, why is he still with her? Well, maybe they're staying together for the kids, but is that a good enough idea? Or is that a good enough reason, Is that a good enough reason, right? Do you want to stay in an unhappy marriage just for the kids? Is that going to benefit your kids? Aren't they going to see your unhappiness, right? And if you're going to be unhappy, right, you're going to try to stay as far away from your wife as possible, right? So what do? What do you do to make up for what's lacking at home? You kind of feel stuck, right? So then you feel you have to come out here on YouTube, right? And you have to go and attack people and do stupid, childish things to make yourself feel better. It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. And again, you can make all the videos you want of me. Oh, one more thing. I forgot to mention. Firewolf said, yeah, Eli, I've had people try that with me and I deleted it instantly. Of course, you have to. You have to. That's why I will no longer bring anyone on a stream that I can't trust. And I will not allow screen sharing on my streams. Only I can screen share. There's no screen sharing allowed on my streams. I'm in full control. Firewall Studios, why would any woman degrade herself like that? I know. You know why? Because he's the breadwinner. I don't think she's working. She's taking care of the kids, right? So she's dependent on him for, the money he makes. And he's dependent on her to take care of the kids while he's working. It's like a codependency right there, man. There's no real love happening there. I was thinking the same thing, Firewolf. Absolutely. Absolutely. But one more thing. When he was on that stream with Sam, he went on there. He wasn't on video. When you're on StreamYard, you can either use an image, a static image, or you can get on video. He had an image of himself initially, and then he changed his image to a picture of me and had some pretty choice words to say about me. So, sir, I haven't talked about you in like 6 to 8 months, right? I've been ignoring you, yet you're still fascinated by me, right? You're still fascinated by me, right? You're fascinated by me. This is I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just an average, everyday, decent guy. You're fascinated by me because you wish you could be as happy about yourself as I am about myself. You wish you could be as happy as I am. It's pretty pathetic, dude. It's so pathetic. And these types of men are the type of men that give all men a bad name. This is the kind of guy that will never take ownership for any of his mistakes. All he's going to do is project his insecurities all the time. It's pathetic, man. When are you going to grow up, dude? When are you going to grow up? Let me tell you something, man. This is how I honestly feel. I really would want to go one-on-one with you in a debate, right? Because I'll tell you what, I wouldn't do a lot of talking. I would say something every now and then, but let me tell you something. A debate between you and I, you'd be so triggered because I'd just be sitting there and laughing at you, dude. Laughing at you completely. I just sit back and smile, and you would be getting triggered, right? I wouldn't even have to say many words. So I wouldn't be afraid to debate someone like you. The bottom line is, it's not worth it to me. It's not worth it to me. It's not worth my time. I'm not about drama. I hate drama. I can't stand drama. But when I see grown-ass men behave in the way you behave, and you so happen to be a part of a drama group, I'm going to use it for example purposes because it needs to be put out there. People need to know about things like this, and they can learn from things like this. I would never let any guy tell me what to do or treat me like that. Well, some women are dependent on a man for the paycheck, right? And maybe that's how his marriage is. But that's between him and his wife. If she tolerates him and he tolerates her, and they want to tolerate each other and stay married at least while the kids are under 18, then that's on them. But how do you handle people like this? You ignore them. You see, this is what a lot of you people in that drama group don't understand. You're still going to participate with this guy, right? Because some of you just live for the drama. Some of you monetize the drama. It's pathetic, right? But you want to keep associating with a guy like this when you know at some point he's going to try to destroy you in some way because it makes him feel better because he feels that his life isn't where it should be. How come you folks can't realize that? Why can't you realize that? And if I was his wife, in all honesty, I would divorce this guy, take half his money, take the kids, get child support. I would take this guy to the cleaners and teach him a lesson. I would. And she should do that. But you know what? She's probably so indoctrinated in his ways that, she's probably been manipulated. She's probably been emotionally abused. Who knows? Maybe more. Who knows what's going on in that household, right? All I can tell you is this. For a guy, a middle-aged, grown man, to behave in the way this guy's behaving when he has a wife, a couple kids, a couple young kids, and a business where his reputation is dependent on providing, for him to behave this way is asinine. It is. It absolutely is. So I'm going to say this one more time. Hang on one second here. I'm going to say this one more time. Karma has no deadline. To you, sir, in Louisiana, are you that hurt deep within to the point of where you have to behave like a little kid out here on YouTube to make yourself feel better because you feel your life is so pathetic? Because if you say your life is great, you always come out and say, oh, I've got a couple homes, I've got a boat or whatever, I go stay at the best hotels. You're projecting, dude. Who cares what you have? Who cares what you have? Why do you feel the need to show off what you've got? Why can't you just be happy with what you've got? You know why? Because you're not happy with your life. You're not happy. You're not happy in your marriage, dude. You're not happy with your home life. So you feel the need to go outside of your immediate household and do what you do out here on YouTube to attempt to make yourself feel better, to take your mind off the stuff that you're unhappy about. It's freaking ridiculous, dude. Grow the heck up, man. Grow up. Grow up, seriously, man. And if you want to go out there and create all these videos on me and call me all those nasty words you called me in the past, I could care less, dude. Have at it. Do what you got to do. It doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. But I'm telling you right now, dude, your time will come. Just like I said, before I left that Drama Sphere group 5-6 months ago, and I haven't been feeding into anybody. Like I said, karma is going to get all those people. And look what's been happening one by one. Everyone in that drama group. Another lady lost her channel. Another lady lost her channel. This was a few months back. So many people have lost their channels. There's another channel right now, one of the main Drama Sphere channels that, has a strike on it. So this person's streaming on a backup channel. Do you see the pattern here, what this Drama Sphere group is doing? You guys are destroying each other. Stop fighting. Stop projecting your insecurity. Stop inciting drama and hate. Create, not hate. Create real content. And don't go out there deliberately trying to take another channel out so, you can feel good about yourself and then get all eyes on you. I'm not mentioning your name, dude. I mean, the only people that are going to know who you are people that I don't even want watching me or following me. You're not getting your name in my stream or in the title. But I'm sharing the story because it's pretty pathetic, dude. And no normal, decent man should ever behave that way. I mean, that's not the way men behave. I don't even know if I can call you a man in the way you behave, dude. You're like a little boy. Like a little boy, man. Or even like a 2-year-old little girl. You whine. You just whine, dude. Ask yourself, bro, what are you really unhappy about? What is really fueling your fire to behave this way? You're not happy with your life, dude. So again, talk about me all you want. Regurgitate the same stuff you've done in the past. Do what you got to do. I could care less, dude. I'm moving on. I got a beautiful video coming out tomorrow, an hour and 18-minute walking video in 4K at 60 frames per second with some great footage, some great quality sound, and great content for my actual real audience. I'm focused on creating greatness, man, because I am happy within myself. Maybe if you just step back for a little bit and started to realize what's really going on, maybe you make a change and things would get better for you so you wouldn't have to behave this way, man. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. We are at 59 minutes, folks. That took a bit longer than I thought it would take. So what I'm going to do is, let me see here. Let me cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. Then I'm going to step away for a break. And when I come back, I'm going to get into this blog. Oh, by the way, this shirt here, I forgot to mention it. I ordered 3 nice long sleeve, very soft cotton, 100% cotton t-shirts. their champion t-shirts on a Black Friday special. I got a really good deal on these. They're $10 a piece. I think they're normally like 20, 25 bucks. I got these for $10 a piece. I got a gray one, a black one, and a blue one. And I don't know, do you like this? Do you like it, Mutt? See, Mutt, I can actually put my sleeves all the way down, and it's pretty cool. Like it's an awesome. You can kind of see it's nice and soft. Love these long sleeve t-shirts. And the reason why I get long sleeve t-shirts is when you go out on the hiking trail, it prevents your arms from getting burned. Also, it prevents you from getting bitten by insects. And this is such soft material that it's breathable. $10 a piece. I love that brand. Yeah. No, I got a lot of Black Friday deals. I got a lot of great stuff on Amazon on Black Friday. I did not shop on Cyber Monday because I got everything I needed on Black Friday. That's the day to get, your best clothing deals on Amazon. Sometimes Cyber Monday as well, but typically Black Friday is the best day to shop on Amazon every year, hands down. You just got to find the right deals and you're good. All right, so let me queue up some royalty-free YouTube music. Let me see here. What do I want to play? I need one more. Give me a second here. Okay. Oh, I know how I'm going to enter the show. No, I'm going to save that. No, I'm going to do it. I do this every once in a while. I'll bring it back. All right, folks, I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When I get back, we're going to get into dissecting this blog, 13 things mature men don't do. So stick around. We'll be right back. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, no negativity allowed over here! No negativity allowed! Why do some people have to be negative all the time? Why? Ask yourself why. Does that make you feel good? Does that make you happy? Wake up! Smell the coffee! Come on! Be a man! Be a real man! I want every man out there on the planet to be a real man! Be a real man! That will change your life for the better. Here we go! The blast from the past! The old Coach Eli live theme song from my former channel, Ethan Mixel's Double Helix from the YouTube audio library. Where else would I get my music? It's the only safe music to use, right? Yeah, feel it. You feel it? Welcome back, says Mud. Someone will cut this for sure. Yeah. Feel good, you gotta let loose. Energy up, energy up, energy up. Filled with loads and loads of positivity. All you negative folks out there, I want you all to feel good, all right? Shake it up, shake it up. Yeah. To that dude out there, dude, come on, man. You don't have to behave that way. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli live here on YouTube. And I am full of energy. I feel great tonight. It is 11:25 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:25 p.m. Pacific Time here in my neck of the woods. I'm in the beautiful, glorious, amazing San Francisco Bay Area. Northern California, Redwood City to be exact, climate best by government test. I love it, I love it, I love where I live, and you should love where you live too. I love myself in a non-selfish way, and you should love yourself too, and that's what I'm here to try to instill in everyone's brain. I want to help you all love yourself so much in a non-selfish way, that is. Love yourself so much so that way you can exude positivity and accomplish whatever it is that your heart desires. You got me? You feel me? Come on. Do you feel me? Or you need a little more? You need a little more? You tell me. Well, let's wrap this up first. Yeah! I love that song. That is my favorite song out of the entire YouTube audio library. It's called Double Helix, Helix by Ethan Mixel. Go check it out in the YouTube audio library. It is safe and free from demonetization, no content ID claims, no copyright claims, nothing like that. Gotta love it, gotta love it. That song just fires me the heck up. Fires me up. I gotta use it more often. Well, all right. Woo, man, I gotta simmer down a bit. Simmer down, coach. You still have quite a show to run. Hey, Mutt, by the way, how do you like this background tonight? This is in Marin County, in the East Bay. It's a beautiful shot that was taken by a contributor for the site pixabay.com, where you can get royalty-free and copyright-free and free for commercial usage images. It's a beautiful shot. I love the sky. I love, the landscape. And it just depicts the North Bay, Marin County so well. There are so many amazing hiking trails out there. And that's one of the things I missed when I was, dating my ex a couple years back. We did a lot of hiking out there, and the hiking trails are unlike anything you will see anywhere else. They're just incredibly amazing. And they're very challenging as well, too. Very challenging. But when you get to the top of many of those hiking trails, the views are just incredible. And there are even some hiking trails where you can walk all the way out to the coast where you will see the Pacific Ocean. And it's just, wow, it's just unbelievable. But anyway, all right. So let's get right to this blog. I'm going to switch over to the browser source here. Where'd it go? Why does it keep doing that? I just don't understand it. Maybe if I click on it first and then I go over, it should just automatically go. There it is. That's what I need to do from here on out. Click on it first. All right, there it is. There it is. I knew I had it all set. Technology, you know, I'm a one-man show. I put these shows together all by myself. So forgive me, okay? Let me see here. The blog is called 13 Things Mature Men Don't Do. It was written by a man named Ivan Dmitrijevic. Oh, Dmitri was my dad's first name. His last name is Dmitrijevic. Wow, Ivan, you must be Russian, bro. Cool, dude. Ivan is the CEO and founder of a digital marketing company. He has years of experience in team management, entrepreneurship, and productivity. Yeah, check out Ivan if you'd like. I will share the link to this blog towards the end of the stream. I'll put it in the description section under source in case you want to check out Ivan and check out the Life Hack site, which is a great site. I love it. Lots of great stuff out here. Whoops. Let me scroll down here and let's get right to it. Okay. It seems that we as a society have forgotten some important values and are generally becoming more immature as a result. Absolutely. If you want to hear the greatest immaturity I've ever seen out here on YouTube, go back and check out the first part of the show, and you'll hear a story I shared about a YouTuber. I didn't mention his name, didn't get specific, just used him for example purposes without even identifying him. Check that out, and you will see what immaturity is all about, especially for a mid-40s grown man, okay? Oh, man, snap. This I hate when this site does that. Oh, man. I hate when that happens. Give me a second here, folks. This site has so many ads on it that it just like, you know, crashes on you every now and then. Automatically. There doesn't seem to be a differentiation between manliness and egocentric chauvinistic behavior in a lot of people's minds, which is truly sad. Well, go back and check out the first part of this video and hear that story I mentioned about the YouTuber. Okay? I mean, this describes him perfectly. You have people saying things like 30 is the new 20 and grown men acting like entitled spoiled children. And grown men acting like entitled spoiled children. Yeah, it's true. It's true. A lot of guys are behaving like little kids nowadays, and they're in their 30s, 40s, and some even in their 50s and 60s that behave this way. It's not a manly thing to do. Guys, come on. Come on, guys. We were born to be leaders. We were born to take charge, right? How in the world is any woman going to trust your masculine core if you're not a good guy that has strong leadership skills, but at the same time is also down to earth and loving and caring? It's not about, you know, always having to be in charge and in control. It's about, knowing how to balance it out. If you're with a woman, you want to be a strong, confident man that's also very nurturing and loving as well. That's the best way to be, in my opinion. But yeah, you got a lot of guys acting like spoiled, entitled, little children. The truth is that once you've stepped into your mid-20s, you should have gained enough life experience to be able to behave like a mature adult. That's when it started to happen for me. In my mid to late 20s is where I really, really started to have a better understanding, of how to be a mature adult. It took me until my early 30s to really get there. And now in my 40s, I know I'm super there. But I'll even give guys nowadays till maybe their mid 30s or so. But by the time you get to 40, if you're still behaving this way in your 40s, like this guy I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, there's something wrong. There's a disconnect somewhere. There's something that, you're not happy with deep within yourself. And until you get over that and figure that out and do the work to better yourself, you're never going to change. You're never going to, grow up. I'm sad to say, don't really know what it means to be a mature man. A truly mature man is a strong and confident individual like me, a diligent provider, yes, passionate and caring lover, yes. You love your wife, you love your girlfriend, and you need nothing besides her to feel that, those intimate needs, those wants and needs that everybody wants to feel, right? Brave protector, right? Now, how can a woman trust your masculine core if you're acting like a 2-year-old, right? If you're emotionally immature, right? Men are supposed to be emotionally strong. Problem solver, careful listener, a safe port in a storm, and a friend you can depend on. That perfectly states to me what a man was made to be. That describes a man right there. And if you're anything besides that, you got a lot of work to do on yourselves, and I can help you get there if you give me the chance. Being a confident individual who knows a thing or two about life, understands that others depend on him, and has his priorities straight. A mature man will never exhibit behaviors associated with inexperienced, immature, and weak people. So again, if I go back to, sharing a little more about, what I talked about at the beginning of the stream, talking about this one YouTuber whose name I didn't mention, this is what's happening with him. He's behaving immature. He's being very weak. Maybe he doesn't have a whole lot of life experience. Maybe when he got married, he didn't have a lot of dating experience. Maybe he got married young. Maybe he came from a broken household. Somewhere there was a disconnect in his life. Okay? To the point of where today, he's trying to make up for, what he didn't experience back then. The difference is he's married in his mid-40s with a wife and 2 kids, and he runs his own business. I don't understand how someone like that is still in business and can keep a household together while behaving in this way. Again, a mature man will never exhibit behaviors associated with inexperienced, immature, and weak people. Here are the things that mature men don't do. Let's get to it. And hope this doesn't crash here. This site's filled with ads. A ton of them. Mutt says she loves the background. Thank you, Mutt. All right, number 1, they don't let fear keep them from achieving happiness and success. Fear, whether it be fear or a failure, fear of being reprimanded, or fear of being rejected, is something that keeps most men back. I don't fear any of that. Okay? I fail all the time. Sometimes people reprimand me, sometimes for a good reason, sometimes for not. Sometimes people reject me, sometimes people don't. That's a part of life. It's going to happen to the best of us, right? Don't let it get to you. More often than not, you're going to get reprimanded, rejected, and you're going to fail. But then, some of the time, you're going to win. And those wins, even though they're going to be less often than your failures, are going to outweigh all the failures because those wins are going to be huge. So as a man, you just let those things bounce off of you. You don't fear failure. You don't fear being reprimanded. You don't fear being rejected. It's going to happen. You need to expect that as a man. And when it happens, you blow it off and you keep pushing forward until you win. Living in fear means being docile and never seizing big opportunities. Right. Which can negatively impact your career, love life, interpersonal relationships, and mental well-being. Right. Absolutely. If you live in fear, that's going to come off, especially if you're married or you have a girlfriend. Okay. How's a woman going to trust your masculine core if she perceives you to be weaker emotionally than she is? Think about that. A mature man knows that fear is always present, like I said a second ago, but he knows who to deal. I think he meant to say, but he knows how to deal with it. He put who, but but he knows how to deal with it. Absolutely. And by the time you reach your mid to late 20s, early 30s, you should know how to deal with this. If not, there's been some disconnect along the way of your upbringing. There's been some disconnect somewhere. And I can even help those men, even at an older age, that are still struggling with this. As long as you're open to it, I can help you. I can help you. He doesn't hesitate to put himself out there and take some risks, particularly when the only consequence to taking an action will be a slightly bruised ego or a bit of discomfort. You got to let that ego go, and you have to take any discomforting situation with a grain of salt. When I was younger, I mentioned this before. These situations, when I was in my teens and early to mid 20s, like I would just, I didn't handle it the right way. I would lie to my friends to cover up for my insecurities and things I didn't want to admit. When you get to the point of where you can just accept things at face value, and no matter what happens, good, bad, or indifferent, take it with a grain of salt and keep pushing forward. That's what a real man does. We fight through things emotionally. We're emotionally strong. We're supposed to be an emotional rock. Mature men live on the very edge of their comfort zone, like me, and take frequent trips into the wilderness that lies beyond that edge. I am always pushing forward no matter what. Nothing is going to get in the way of me moving forward. If you try to get in my way, I'm not going to plow in you. I'm going to walk around you. I'm not a violent guy. But if you try to get in my way and try to stop me, I'm going to walk around and keep moving. If you want to chase me, that's on you. But I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep moving forward, and so should you if you're a man. Just keep moving forward. Number 2, they don't go do things just to please others. You often see young guys who start working out to impress girls. That's the wrong reason to do it. You do it because you want to be healthy and fit. Looking good's a part of it too, but the main reason is being healthy and living a long, healthy life. The more fit you are, the better health you're going to be in, the longer you're going to live. Men who read up on wine tasting or art just so others perceive them as classy, right. You see a hot woman that is into things you're not into, so you pretend to, enjoy those things. You read up on those things so you can pass her test to try to convince her to give you a chance, right? It's pretty pathetic. We've all done that a time or two. Of course we have, but it doesn't work. In the long run, it's not going to work. It's going to set you further back. And you also have those who go out of their way to come across as smart. Right. We call them smart asses. So that their boss and coworkers will respect them more. Mature men are not motivated by what others think. Their actions are motivated by a sincere desire to improve, learn, and develop in a direction that they themselves have chosen. That's the path I've chosen to walk on. I want to help you get on that path as well if you're a man. Or a woman too, but this is more catered towards men tonight. I'm always learning each and every day from my mistakes. I learn something new each and every day. And if something, goes wrong or is perceived to go wrong, I just take it with a grain of salt. I'm like, it is what it is. Wasn't the greatest day, but it wasn't that bad either. but tomorrow we're going to make it a better day, and I'll start looking forward to the next day. That's the way you look at it. You don't dwell on something bad happening. You're like, okay, yeah, it is what it is. Wasn't that great of a day. Wasn't that productive of a day. But you know what? I learned from it. I'm not going to do the same mistake tomorrow or make the same mistake tomorrow. I'm going to move forward. That's that. That's that. They train to be healthier and stronger. They read books and take classes to expand their knowledge and develop skills in areas they find useful or interesting. Right. That's what I do. I'm learning each and every day. I absorb information like a sponge, and so should you. And if you make a mistake, learn from it and read up on how you can do it better the next time. Or ask other people that are more experienced in what you're working on. In other words, they know who they are and what they want. I know exactly who I am, and I know exactly what I want. That's why I keep pressing forward. No matter how long it takes, no matter what it takes, I keep moving forward until I accomplish what I want to accomplish. That's what men do. And although they respect others' opinions, they are only governed by what they believe is the best choice. So you first have to make the best choice for yourself before you can help other people. Before you can be a good husband to a wife, you got to be good to yourself first, right? Food for thought. You ever thought about that? Number 3, they don't create an idealized image of a woman in their mind. Right, they don't create an idealized image of a woman in their mind. Many relationships fall apart when immature men realize that the image of the ideal woman that they have put on a pedestal, which you should never put a woman on a pedestal. Be good to your woman, but don't suck up to her because that'll turn her off. She'll lose respect for you and it'll be over. She'll friend zone you. And have been admiring all this time doesn't really sync up with reality. It doesn't. And women are so intuitive. They know that. And they're going to test to see how strong you are independent of them. They're going to test you every single day, all the time, naturally, without even knowing it. You as a man have to identify that and not let that derail you. The moment the woman derails you, she's going to pick up on it. It's over for you. Many guys go from zealous admiration to misguided misogyny. We've heard that word a time or two before. When their deluded expectations aren't met by real women. Right. Many of you guys expect way too much from women. Also, many of you women expect way too much from men. Guys, just be yourself. Go into things with no expectation. If you come across a woman that expects too much, you're going to be able to realize that if you're in tune with yourself. And then you can decide, hey, this is not the right fit for me. I'm not going to continue seeing her. I'm not going to go on a second date with her. I'm going to try again and try to meet someone else that's more at my level or on my level of just being down to earth, reasonable, without an abundance of expectations, at least early on. Women are just like men. Okay, that's interesting. They have their strengths and weaknesses. Sure, they do. Admirable traits and forgivable faults. I agree so far. Desires and fears. Absolutely. I think women have more fear than men. But in the modern world, there are many men that have even more fears than most women nowadays. And that's a man that's not in the right state of mind, not in the right mind frame. That's a man that's exuding more feminine energy than masculine energy, which also further repels women, right? A mature man knows this and feels much more at ease with women, seeing them as his equal, and can thus develop sincere and healthy relationships. Right. I have always seen the woman I'm with as my equal. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm the man and she's the woman. Okay? Biologically, I'm a man. Biologically, she's a woman. And it doesn't mean, being equal doesn't mean that you have to act feminine half the time to appease the woman's emotions. It means that you be yourself. You be the strong man that you were made to be. Okay. And like I mentioned before, 70 to 80% of the time as a man, you need to be more dominant and then you're masculine. And then 20 to 30% of the time, you need to be in your feminine and share some emotion. If you're with a woman and you share no emotion and you don't bond emotionally with a woman, it's never going to work out. Why would you want to be with a woman for life if you don't feel emotionally bonded with her? Nothing wrong with a man emotionally bonding with a woman. Doesn't make any less of a man. And for a woman, you need to be in your feminine, 70 to 80% of the time and be in your masculine 20 to 30% of the time, because this is the modern world and women have been empowered and they're stronger, right? But at the end of the day, I could never, ever be with a woman that I can't see as her equal and she can't see as my equal. Let me repeat that one more time. At the end of the day, I could never be or would want to be with a woman that I can't see as my equal and she can't see as her equal. It's not, how do I say this the right way? It's not about a game in a relationship, who's in control, who's more in charge. Sure, the man has to have his dominance because that's what women are attracted to. But that doesn't mean you disrespect your woman. That doesn't mean you try to devalue your woman. You work together as a team. Men and women work best together. Let me tell you, they do. Plain and simple. Many guys don't get that. That's why this dude I was talking about at the beginning of the show is in the position he's in. He doesn't understand that. Instead of trying to work on his marriage with his wife, which is what I assume is making him behave the way he's behaving, he comes and plays out here on YouTube and creates all these drama issues to take his mind off of what he doesn't want to deal with at home. It's not the way a real man handles his stuff. A real man will tackle things head on and say, hey, babe, we got some issues we need to talk. I love you. I care about you, but let's talk about this because I don't want this to affect our marriage and our family. That's what a real man does. A real man doesn't walk away from his problems. A real man tackles his problems head on. Let me read one more, then I'll check out the chat. Number 4, they don't get baffled by a woman's words or actions. Right. Just because women are a bit stronger nowadays doesn't mean you have to be less of a man. It doesn't change anything. Sure, women are a lot stronger than they were, and they're going to challenge you more than they did back in the days of traditionalism, but it doesn't mean that you should get baffled by their words and not respect them, and that shouldn't throw you off your center. Even though mature men treat women as equals, they are aware of the simple fact that men and women are fairly different on a number of levels. Right, absolutely. Example, from a biochemical, which I say biological, psychological, and social standpoint. Right. Women are more emotional than men. Men are more logical. I'm not saying men are more logical than women, but men think men think with logic first. Women respond to everything emotionally based on how they're feeling in the present moment, and then they reason with logic afterwards. We initially think about things in a different way. As a man, if you learn to understand that, and as a woman, if you learn to understand that on the flip side, you're going to better communicate and understand each other. You'll have no issues. It's all about communication. We are brought up differently and our brains are wired differently. Right. Women are more emotional initially and men are more logical initially. It doesn't mean that men can't be emotional at times. It doesn't mean that women are not logical. They are. They just think with their emotions first. They respond to everything emotionally based on how they're feeling in the present moment. That's the bottom line. That's biology. And the mature man understands that women communicate, argue, and are emotionally affected by things differently than men are. Bingo! And the mature man understands that women communicate, argue, and are emotionally affected by things differently than men are. Learn that one aspect of a woman, and that will change your freaking life. They are emotional beings. Understand that. And understand that sometimes when women do something, they don't even realize what they're doing. And it's like a test without them even knowing they're testing you. They're looking up to you as a man for your strength to soothe that ridiculous emotional feeling they may be having at the current moment. Now, not every emotion that a woman has is ridiculous, but a lot of them are. And they're looking up to you as a man for your strength to help them get back down to earth, right? If you're not a strong enough man to be able to understand this, and you're not a real man, it's not going to work. And women will pick up on that, and they'll feel uncomfortable. They'll start to lose attraction for you. They'll lose respect for you. And then it's only a matter of time before it's over, whether you're married or dating them. This is why such a man is not easily baffled or angered by a woman's words or actions. I'm not, because I understand how women are. That's just how they are. Either accept it or not. If you can't accept women for the way they are, then don't date or get married. That's the bottom line. And is more than capable of seeing things from a different perspective and picking up on subtle cues. Right. You got to pick up on those cues. You got to become more and more intuitive as a man and understand how women communicate. Because a lot of times women, they'll communicate in code. They'll communicate in code, right? They'll say something that may not make sense, but it does make sense. They're trying to tell you something without having to say it because they don't want to hurt your feelings or make you feel weird. They expect you to figure it out. And you should learn how to figure it out. Because if not, it's just not going to work. That's just the way it is. You got to learn to pick up on those subtle cues. That's a good point right there the blog author makes. It is not about mind reading. Well, sometimes it can be. I'll be honest with you. Just about developing a deeper understanding of the female psyche and body language cues. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's not about mind reading. Sometimes I wish I was a mind reader with women, but I get it. Just about developing a deeper understanding of the female psyche and body language cues. Right. You got to learn to pick up on their cues and understand what they mean. Because women don't want to come out sometimes and directly say something on how they feel because they fear it's going to hurt your feelings or put the relationship at risk. So they are going to try to tell you in a subtle way, and then you have to put it together, and then you have to initiate that conversation or make it happen. I've learned that over the years. I started learning that probably in my late 20s, early 30s, and now that in my 40s, I've mastered that. I've mastered that. Let me, yep, that is the test, man. Yeah, Firewolf Studios, you're absolutely right. But Nuts World says, I'm still here, just helping mom with something. Yep, women will test you all the freaking time, Firewolf Studios. You got to be ready for that, man. You got to be absolutely ready for that. They don't hold grudges. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Buddha. Great quote. Arguments will happen between family members, friends, lovers, and coworkers. That's true. Things happen, right? It is inevitable if you spend a lot of time with someone. Yeah, the more time you spend with someone, the more you're going to learn about all of their quirks and things that drive you crazy, right? Okay? So, you have to expect that sometimes you're going to have I like to say disagreements. I don't really like to use the word argument because I used to argue with women in my younger days, like my first 2 relationships when I had no clue on how to deal with women, right? I was younger. But now as I've gotten older, the word argument does not exist in a relationship. Okay? It's not an argument. It's a disagreement. It's it is, how do I say this the right way? It's a disagreement that, you basically, you have a discussion and you try to work it out. If you try to argue a woman, try arguing a woman if you've never done that before and see what happens. You're going to make them react more emotionally than they already are. You as a man, your job is to try to diffuse those emotions. So you have to understand what sets off their emotions in the first place and what's going to more subside their emotions than make them even worse. If you don't do the right thing, it's like pouring fuel on a fire. It's like pouring gas on a fire. You do not want to be pouring more fuel on the woman's emotions. You want to be extinguishing the fire, right? So you don't argue, you discuss. You have a discussion. That's the word I'm looking for. You have a discussion. You don't argue, you discuss. However, a clear sign of maturity is the ability to cool off after an argument and let go of all the negative feelings. Right. And I don't see the way I communicate with women when they're, saying something that is just, ridiculous and out of line. I'll look at them and I'll say, you know what, babe, you're being ridiculous, right? With a big smile on my face, right? Because if you raise your voice and get angry at a woman, you're going to scare her and it's going to put her guard up even more. It's going to make her even more emotional, like I said a second ago, that she already is. So you playfully respond and say, you know what, babe, you're being ridiculous. Come on, babe. Tell me what's really going on so we can put it behind us and then I can take you on that nice hike and grab you in the middle of the hiking trail and kiss you and look at the beautiful scenery and make out with you at the peak of the hiking trail, right? And then after that, we can go to a nice romantic candlelit dinner. Then after that, we can go back to our hotel room. We can snuggle up, right? How does that sound? Would you rather do that, babe, or would you rather be in a crappy mood all afternoon? Babe, that sounds like a good idea. I'm so sorry for, I just had a moment. No worries, babe. Things happen, babe. It's all good, right? You got to be a cool dude. You can't let that get to you. Like, you got to be a cool dude. Most women expect guys to overreact, right? They expect guys to overreact in that situation. If you're the one guy that's never overreacted to them in that situation, it's going to turn them on so much. You're going to be like, I've never met a guy like you. Like, my emotions don't bother you. I'm like, babe, why am I going to blame you for being the way that God made you to be? I believe in God. So, if you believe in God, that's cool. If not, no worries, still love you, but I believe in God. And most women I date believe in God. So I say, you know what? Why am I going to hold against you, babe, the way that God made you to be? Gosh, you're so understanding. You're such a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy, babe. I'm a good guy. I can be a jerk at times. You have fun with the woman, right? You have playful fun. You put her guard down, and then she feels like, I am being ridiculous right now. My man just, set me straight. Not in the derogatory way, but my man just set me straight, put me in my place, whatever, right? Not in the demeaning way, but you basically appeased her emotions. You basically comforted her and you reassured her that everything's okay. And you're showing her that you're still a strong man that she can depend on in those situations, right? You will hear the phrases, I'm sorry, forgive me, I was wrong to do that. Oh, just forget about it. It's nothing really. And water under the bridge spoken by mature men as they give and receive apologies and move on with their lives. Now, guys, if you make a mistake, apologize. If you didn't make a mistake and your woman's being out of line, you politely talk with her and say, hey, you're being ridiculous, babe. What's really going on? What's bothering you? If it's me that's bothering you, let me know. And if it's something I did wrong, I'll apologize. But if you don't apologize if you've done nothing wrong, because that can make matters worse. They'll lose respect for you. But if you made a mistake, you apologize. If not, you handle it the way the blog author says. Okay? If you're wrong, say, I'm sorry, forgive me, I was wrong to do that. Oh, just forget about it, nothing really, and water under the bridge, right? You're being cool. You're like, yeah, it's no big deal. Let's not argue about this. Let's go on with our day. Let's have that fun hike. Let's go to that nice dinner. Let's take that nice drive. Life's too short. I'm still here for you, babe. Let's move forward from, okay, all right. That's all. As they give and receive apologies and move on with their lives, harboring resentment will poison your relationships and lead to unhappiness. Another way of saying that is do not hold on to resentment, okay? Try not to be resentful in the first place, but, don't ever, ever, ever hold on to resentment. Let it go. If you hold on to resentment, it's going to affect all aspects of your life, not just your relationship. You're going to be an unhappy, miserable person, and trust me, that's not the way you want to live your life. All right, let's read one more, and then I just got a pop-up saying, how do you feel today? I feel freaking great. Thanks for asking. Oh, man. Firewolf Studio says a woman is like a tea bag. You never know how strong she is until she gets in hot water. I think all women are strong nowadays, man. I think all women have always been strong. But the bottom line is, they don't want to have to get to the point where they have to teach you how to be a man. If a woman has to teach you to be a man, it's going to annoy her. That'll trigger her more than anything. Okay? A man is supposed to be emotionally strong and be the rock. She's the one that's going to have those emotional moments. And most of the time, it's going to be regarding things that don't even involve your relationship. And when she goes through that, you go and say, hey, babe, are you okay? Is something bothering you? Is there anything I can help you with? No. And that's what they're going to say no, because they don't want to bother you, because they don't want to put that on you, especially if it has nothing to do with you. Babe, what's wrong? Tell me what's wrong, babe. Oh, there's nothing wrong. Babe, tell me what's wrong, because I can tell you're not feeling well. I know you. As your man, I know you better than anyone, right? There's nothing wrong, babe. Whenever a woman tells me that there's nothing wrong, there's something really wrong. So tell me what's wrong, babe, so we can go on with our night, have fun, blah, 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 right? Okay. Yeah, blah, 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 right? Well, babe, you know what? Tell you what. We all have our moments. Things happen. Let's go ahead and get in the car. Let's drive, to the restaurant, or let's drive on the way to the hiking trail, and we'll take a nice hike and we'll talk about it on the hiking trail while getting some exercise, and then those endorphins flow. That sounds like a good idea, babe. You see how you can switch that around? That's all you got to do. Be a good leader. You're the man. Be a good leader. Be the man. That's all. That's it. That's the bottom line. Even in the modern world, with empowered women, it works the same way. Same exact way. They don't feel insecure about their appearance and style. Right, I don't. I love myself in a non-selfish way, that is. Another big issue many men have is that they feel insecure about the way they look, dress, and act. Insecurities lead to fear, anxiety, and anger, which will negatively affect your life in many different ways. You got to learn to love yourself. If you're out of shape or overweight, then get in shape. Work out, cut your calories, eat right, cut out sugars and carbs and all that stuff, and get yourself back into shape. Not only will that make you feel better about yourself, you'll look better, but you'll feel better, and you'll be more healthy. You'll be around longer. It's a triple whammy right there. Insecurities lead to fear. Sorry, I read that. Okay. Did I read that? I think I did. I'll read it again just in case. Insecurities lead to fear, anxiety, and anger, which will negatively affect your life in many different ways. Insecure men are afraid to experiment with fashion as they don't want to be considered feminine. That's pathetic, in my opinion. Come on, man. Insecure men are afraid to experiment with fashion as they don't want to be considered feminine, and they don't feel comfortable in their own shoes. You gotta love who you are. And, when I was younger, I really didn't know how to dress myself well. My mother would dress me and stuff like that, when I was really, really young, right? And even going into my teens, in early 20s, I would always ask my mother for advice, my father, etc., right? But as I got a little bit older, I started to, grow up, became more mature, and started to just take risks. I started to see what other people were wearing. I started to, um, just have an eye for what I feel would look good on me. Like, I love this shirt. Like, I can go on Amazon. I don't even have to go to the store and try things on anymore. I know my size. I'm a medium. Okay. And I know what colors I like. I know what colors look good on me. And I know the look I want. You pick up on it. You try things out, right? And again, like, let me ask you, Mutt. Let me go back to full screen for a second here. Let me ask you, Mutt. What do you think about this Champion long sleeve? I had the sleeves rolled up, but what do you think about this? This is a nice looking shirt or what? You tell me. $10 on a Black Friday special. Now, it's more expensive than that normally. I think it's like $20, $25 normally. Shirts are way overpriced because, there's a lot of profit, on them. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think about this Firewolf Studios? Firewolf Studios says maturity in a relationship is defined by many things. First, it is the ability to base a decision about a love relationship on the big picture. Yeah, good point, bro. And furthermore, it's the second, it means the ability to enjoy the instant gratification that comes with the romance of the moment while knowing the best is yet to be and being patient while you watch your love grow. Yeah, dude, patience is the biggest thing. It's a huge thing, dude. If you are a man that lacks patience, you will never work out with any woman. The funny thing is, I always make this joke, and it's kind of true. Okay? Women expect a man to be completely patient with them, right? But for the most part, because women are emotional beings, they don't have a whole lot of patience themselves, right? That's the funny joke. It is kind of true most of the time, right? No disrespect, ladies. But ladies want us to be patient with them, but they have no patience to deal with any of our crap, right? As a man, you got to learn to understand that. Why are they like that? They're emotional beings. Got to understand that. If you're going to play in the arena of dating women, you got to understand what you're up against. Biologically, right? The world has evolved and fashion sensibilities have drastically changed. There are a number of fashion accessories that can be worn by both sexes. Right, there are unisex outfits. And then there are ones where if you're a man and you wear something that's totally feminine, well, that's up to you. I wouldn't do that, but hey, everyone's different, right? And you don't even have to sacrifice utility for style. A mature man is confident in his appearance and unique fashion sense like me. I have so many, I like more of the sporty look, right? Even when I wear those Calvin Klein liquid cotton, polo shirts, they're very sporty, but they're also very professional. Okay. They're like business casual, but you can even wear them out on a date. They look good. You wear some Calvin Klein jeans. I like the Champion t-shirt, like Adidas, workout shirts, like Adidas sweatpants, absolutely. That's what I enjoy. A mature man is confident in his appearance and unique fashion sense, right? And doesn't care about a few people disapproving or making negative comments. You're always going to get people that aren't going to like what you're wearing or like who you are in general. And it's, for the people that, will disapprove of what you're wearing or don't like what you're wearing, most of the time it's not even them not liking what you're wearing. It's just them not liking you because they don't love themselves, right? Now, if you ask a friend an honest opinion and they're being honest with you, that's a different thing. But in most cases, the people that make negative comments about your apparel are just projecting their insecurities onto you. So don't let it get to you. Do not let it get to you. Okay. We are at number 7. Let me see. I think we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 7 more to go. So what I'm going to do is come back to full screen. We are at 2 hours right now. We're going to be going another 30 minutes when I get back. I'm going to take another break right now. Oh, you know what? Was I at full screen this whole time? I didn't go back to the blog. Oh, man. I was on full screen. How long was I on full screen for, Firewolf? How long was I on full screen for? Did I screw that up? Oh, ever since I showed the shirt. I didn't go back. Oh, well, at least you heard it. Okay. So I'm going to queue up some royalty-free YouTube music, take a break, then come back and finish up this blog. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me see here. Let me see. And all right. Yeah, about 5 minutes, says Mutt Nuts World. Thanks, Mutt. That's not that bad, and people heard what I was saying anyway. My apologies. That's why I need a production manager. At some point, I'll get one. Then I can just focus on doing the shows. All right, so I got the music queued up. I'm going to step away for another 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When I get back, we're going to finish up the last 7 points of this incredible blog and topic that we're discussing here tonight. Why so many men behave poorly in the modern world. And the 13 things mature men, should not do. Should not do or don't do. All right, so stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Muttnuts World's gonna say welcome back, right? As usual. Yeah. I want you all to take a good look at yourselves in the mirror, and I want you to say, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself 5 freaking times. It all starts with loving yourself deep within. I know it may sound a little stupid to some people, but trust me on that. The moment you truly start loving yourself deep within is the moment your life will change forever for the better, right? Yeah! Woo! Feel it, man. Welcome back, says Mutt. Woo! Energy up, energy up, energy, energy, energy up. Feel that energy. I'm almost 47 years old. I still got it. To you young bucks out there, come on. You should have way more energy than me. Come on now. Ooh, my. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get that shirt all situated, look nice and professional. Okay, I think we're ready now. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli live here on YouTube. It is 12:26 a.m. Eastern Time. It's after midnight, Mutt, in your neck of the woods. Same with you, Firewolf Studios. It's only 9:26 p.m. Pacific time in my neck of the woods. And like I keep saying, I guess West Coast is the best coast for streaming, right? You know what? You folks on the East Coast, some of you are night owls. You can stream in the wee hours if you'd like, right? I've done those late night with Coach Eli shows in the past. Maybe I'll bring some of them back. Maybe once I get back some of the UK and Australia audience, those people, they're 8 hours ahead, I believe. So they love the late night streams because when it's, 12 o'clock midnight here on the West Coast, it's like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. in their neck of the woods. Buttnuts World says, yep, and it's cold. It is in the 30s here. I'm not quite sure what the temperature is right now in Redwood City. I guess I can Google it. Redwood City weather. It's 47 degrees here, Mutt. And that's pretty chilly for us, but not as cold. All right, folks, tonight we are talking about why so many men behave poorly in today's modern world and what to do about it. Why so many men behave poorly in today's modern world and what to do about it. Ooh, yeah. And I have to say this. Once again, it all starts deep within yourself. You got to love yourself, whether you're a man or a woman. But we're more so focusing on men tonight because it seems like, and you tell me, Firewolf Studios, if you're still around, it seems like men are struggling a lot more with this in the modern world. And of course, it has to do, well, it's my opinion, but I think it's a fact. It has to do with women having risen up. Women have been empowered. They have equal rights, equal pay for equal work, the right to bear arms, the right to vote. Women have the same rights that once only men had. Women are now also working where in the past, during the traditional days, men would work, women would stay home. They would be the housewife. They used to call them housewives. Now in the modern world, we call them homemakers, right? It's a more professional term for housewife. And when I used to sell insurance, it used to ask for the occupation of the husband and wife. And if the wife wasn't working, the wife was considered a homemaker. Very professional, right? And then there were a few times where the wife was the breadwinner, and then the husband was a stay-at-home dad, and we would have to put him down as a homemaker. I would get a good kick out of that. But hey, that's okay. Hey, sometimes that happens. And if you're in a marriage like that where your wife's the breadwinner and you're the homemaker, as long as you respect each other, that's cool. In all honesty, for me, I would not feel good about being a man if I couldn't be the provider. But that's just me. In the modern world, you have to figure out what works for you. And as long as you communicate well and you get along and you each do your part and you keep a happy household together, that's all that really matters. It's all about communication, folks. You've got to communicate. And great communication stems from one place that I keep mentioning. It stems from you and loving who you are. If you don't love yourself deep within, in a non-selfish way, that is, then how in the world can you love anyone else? How in the world would you be able to communicate your thoughts and feelings and other stuff if you don't really love who you are? It's the bottom line. All right, let's get back to this blog because we got to wrap this up real soon. And by the way, Firewolf Studios, if you're still around, we're going to have to reschedule our call for tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon, because this show is going longer than I thought it would go. And my voice is going to need to rest after this, and I'm going to need some rest. So my apologies, bro. We will talk tomorrow. There's a lot to talk about, a lot of great stuff, and we will make it happen. I promise you, bro. I promise you on that. All right, so let us switch back to the browser screen here. And let's leave off at number 7. Number 7, they don't distance themselves from their family. As the years go by and we mature, which you should be maturing as the years go by, you learn from your mistakes. You're doing a trial and error on things, and you learn from that, and you become more mature, and you get better and stronger. Keeping strong family ties becomes more apparent, right? There are some instances where it is not possible for a family to stay close, but most of us can afford to spend a bit more time with our parents, relatives, wife, and kids. Make time for the people that are important to you. Prioritize them. That's what the blog author is saying. You've got to prioritize family. Family is the most important thing. If you, disconnect from your family or don't want to hang around them, then there's a greater issue, and you should work to resolve that, because your family is the one that brought you here, on earth. And, there's no better feeling than being deeply connected and involved with your family. Family is everything. Let's see. But most of us, there are some instances where it is not possible for families to stay close, but most of us can afford to spend a bit more time with our parents, relatives, wife and kids. I just said that. Quality family time strengthens bonds, and a mature man sees himself as being part of a larger codependent group. I don't like the word codependent. I don't. I'm sorry, blog author. I'll disagree on that. I understand what you meant by saying that, but you don't want to look at your family, your relatives, wife, kids, parents, as a codependent thing. You want to look at them as family. They're the ones that brought you in this world. They're the ones that raised you. They are the ones that have unconditional love. That might have been a better word, unconditional love for you. They're always going to be there for you through thick and thin, or at least they should if you have a good relationship with them and they're good family. Some people are not fortunate enough to have a great family, which is what causes a lot of these problems we're discussing here regarding men. And there we go. Ah, snap. Oh, snap. We gotta start over here, but we know where we left off. Okay. We're done with number 7. Man, this life hack site really has a lot of just crazy plugins and ads on it that just makes it screw up every now and then. All right, we're back to normal. Number 8, they don't allow people to bully them. Yeah, real men, strong, confident men don't allow people to bully them. There's a difference between being confrontational and being assertive. And it is not something that immature guys really understand. Right. Okay. Being assertive is taking risks and standing up for what you believe in, but being cool about it and not projecting, your insecurities onto other people or forcing them to agree with you on everything. Okay. So I'm not the type of person that, I'm not saying I've never been confrontational. I've had to learn how to handle this myself as well. But being confrontational is not the greatest thing in my opinion. Being assertive is great. That's very masculine and very manly and very normal for a real confident alpha male to be like. Mature men have the self-respect, self-control, and confidence to set and enforce boundaries, right? You got to set boundaries and you got to enforce them. And that includes boundaries with everyone. It could include your girlfriend or your wife, your kids, your parents, your friends, co-workers, business partners. You've got to set boundaries for yourself and for the other people that you're dealing with. Because if you don't, then people are not going to know where the line is at, and then they're always going to try to push the line with you, right? And you don't want that. If others try to push you too far and bully them, these men will stand their ground and project a strong, dominant energy. I am just like that, but I do it in a dominant yet loving way. I'll stand up for myself, but I won't attack the person. I'll just call them out on their crap. And if it doesn't pan out, I'll just walk away and say, okay, hey, look, you know what? You're not having a good day. Give me a call when you feel better. If you feel better, right? No worries. It's all good, dude. Do what you got to do, right? They cannot be coerced into doing something that they don't want to do. At this age, I cannot. When I was younger, it was easy to coerce me into anything, right? But by the time I hit my 30s, I started to learn that, I got to have control of my life and not let other people try to control me. And by the time I got to my 40s, I'm almost 47 now, look, I got my boundaries all set and nobody can force me to do something I don't want to do. I'll stand my ground on that. I'll do it professionally and maturely, but, I'm not going to give in to something that doesn't align with me. So they cannot be coerced into doing something that they don't want to do, nor will they sit by and let someone walk all over them. I used to let that happen in my younger days. I don't let it happen anymore. That includes you guys dating a woman. If you're dating a woman and you're a good guy and you treat her right, and she still tries to push your buttons all the time, and she tries to walk all over you, you got to have a conversation with her and let her know how you feel. And let her know that, hey, I do not want to continue being in a relationship when you're coming at me this way. I don't appreciate it. I didn't sign up for this. So I'm going to give you a choice. Okay? You're either going to, stop behaving this way and we can move forward, or I'm not going to be the right guy for you. And they'll do one of two things. They'll either walk away and say, screw you, I'm out. Or they'll say, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. I just want to feel like I have my say in the relationship. Well, babe, you do have your say. You can be a lot more polite about it, like I am with you. Do I attack you? No, you don't. I just want to feel like I'm a strong enough woman, right? Babe, that goes without saying. I wouldn't be with you if you weren't, right? That's the way you handle those situations. Remember, women are emotional beings. They're going to test your strength all the time to make sure that you're strong enough to be with them. Just got to know how to handle it. Okay? There is no need for them to resort to violence or shouting in most cases, that they can solve problems by standing tall and speaking up for themselves in a strong, stern voice. Like, I'm speaking with passion now. I'm not mad. I'm passionate. I'm being assertive, but I'm not being a jerk, right? And I'm being reasonable, okay? If you're communicating with a woman and she's, coming at you, for whatever reason, the last thing you want to do is shout. You're going to scare her, and you're also going to make her more angry, right? But if you're cool, calm, and collective and just say, hey, babe, like I said earlier on the stream, you're being a little ridiculous. What do you mean? Babe, there's no need for you to shout. Do you ever see me shouting at you? No, why don't you shout at me? I deserve it sometimes. No, babe, no one deserves to be shouted at, including you and me. So, babe, can we tone it down a little bit? Let's talk about what's on your mind. I really want to hear how you're feeling and why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Tell me how you feel so we can work through this, and then go and enjoy our beautiful hike, our beautiful dinner, and then a wonderful night of just snuggling up next to each other. Would you rather be, babe, let me ask you a question, babe. Would you rather be shouting at me or snuggling up next to me and just feeling the love? You're right, babe. I'm sorry. No need to apologize, babe, but thank you. Let's go on with our night. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's the bottom line. Number 9. They don't moan in despair when faced with challenges. Defeatism and moaning are things that a mature man sees no need for. Right. I don't see a need for all that, and has no time for it. Yeah, I don't have any time for any BS or any stuff like that. I don't have any time for negativity. You try to bring negativity in my life, whether you're a girlfriend, a friend, a coworker, a business partner, family, whatever. If you try to bring negativity in my life, you're out. I'm done. I'll let you know, hey, give me a call when you feel better and you're in a more positive mood. I don't want to deal with your negativity. When faced with challenges, this type of man will remain collected. Maybe he meant to say collective. This guy's from a different country. That's okay. Even helping calm others and keeping their spirits up and work on finding the right solution. That's what I do as a coach. It's exactly what I do here. I try to help people find the right balance in their lives. That's what I do. Often sacrifices have to be made and plenty of hard work put into solving big problems. But this is not something that men should shy away from. Right. Some men are afraid to be reasonable. They feel like part of being a dominant man, if they're with a woman that's shouting at them, is to shout back. No, like I said earlier, you shout back at a woman, it's like pouring more fuel on the emotional fire. Okay? You want to do the opposite effect. You want to be cool. You want to show her that her being angry at you is not fazing you. But at the same time, you also want to show her that you're interested in finding out why she's feeling that way and what, you can do to help her rectify the situation. Again, it's a test. When women get mad, it's always a test. No matter what, it's always a freaking test. You got to pass that test every time if you want to be successful with women, whether you're dating or married. Same thing. Okay? It is a simple rule that these men abide by. Either put forth a constructive solution or stay quiet until you find one. This makes the people around them feel safe and stay positive, especially when you're dealing with women. If you shout back at a woman, she's going to feel threatened and she's going to feel she's not going to feel safe. And she may even leave. If you're living with her, she may leave and go stay with a friend or her parents. Right? You never want to put someone in a position where they feel afraid of you to the point of where they're going to just walk away because they feel that scared. That's going to be hard to recover from. Number 10, they don't see their job as something boring that they have to put up with. While some people just view their jobs as something they need to push through mindlessly so that they can go home and do what they want, the mature way of going about it is to give your best at your job and look for opportunities to improve and take your career to the next level. Okay, so what that's saying is, if you currently have a job that's paying your bills, but you really don't like the job, or it's really not something you want to do as a career for the rest of your life, you got to give it your best shot and continue doing your job. But at the same time, start looking into something that would make you more happy, would make you feel more fulfilled, something that you're more passionate about, something that more aligns with your purpose, which you should figure out what your purpose is before you can even get there, right? And maybe you might even want to become self-employed. Maybe you want to transition from working for somebody else into becoming a self-employed entrepreneur, doing something that you love doing that's purpose-driven, and, it's going to make you more money than you're making now. Now, initially, you're going to have to build on that. So you'll have to work both jobs initially. But, if you time it right, and I can help you with that, I can help you balance out working your day job, keeping some income coming in while building a side business. And then within 6 months to a year, if you do things right, you can more than likely replace your income. Now, I can't guarantee that for everyone because everybody has different results at different times. But if you do it that way, you're going to start to, build something that you really enjoy and potentially replace your income and then make more money than you're making at your day job, to the point of you can quit that day job and do what you really love and even give yourself some more flexibility. So there you have it. Great. This is a great blog. Great blog. Mature men realize that others depend on them, so their career is a very big priority. Constantly improving and striving to earn more so that you can provide for your loved ones and still be able to afford some luxuries that will make you happy. This is the goal that these men set for themselves. Abso-freaking-lutely. That is a great way to look at it. Okay? What's going to make you feel secure and comfortable as a man is having enough income to provide for you and your family, and to have a little extra income left so you can have a few luxuries. Take some vacations every now and then to change things up and to keep the fire burning, right? Perfectly stated there. A lot of times, when you have a man and a woman in a relationship or a marriage, or especially if you're dating and you're living together, If the woman is making 3 times what the man is making, okay, a lot of times, the woman's going to be like, hey, you're not really doing your part. Well, you can come back and say, well, I'm working. Well, I'm making 200 grand a year. You're making 50 grand a year, which was fine initially, but I'm not seeing you strive to make more money or to get better. It's not just about the money. Women want to see you always constantly improving on yourself. They're going to initially accept you for who you are. And it's not that they don't want to accept you, down the road if you stay the same. But the bottom line is it's always been a masculine thing to continue getting better and improving. And if you stagnate, it's basically going to be you being in what's the right word? If you become complacent and you get too comfortable in what you're doing and you're not always striving to accomplish something better, that's going to automatically turn women off, any woman off, no matter how nice she is, no matter how much she loves you. So you have to always improve, okay? Like it says here, constantly improving and striving to earn more so you can provide for your loved ones and still be able to afford some luxuries that will make you happy. This is the goal that these men set for themselves, and exactly the goal I've always set for myself. It's what makes me feel like I'm a man. If I don't feel like I'm a man, then, I'm not going to feel happy within myself. And if I don't feel happy within myself, how can I make anyone else, let alone a woman that I may date or marry, happy, right? Just think about that. All right, folks, we've got about 3 more left here, or actually 3 more left, and then we're going to wrap it up. If you have any other questions, let me know. We're getting close to the end here. Number 11, they aren't afraid to take action and make difficult decisions. There will be times in everyone's life where hard decisions need to be made, and to overcome adversity, you often need quick thinking and the ability to take action at the right moment. Right, you got to take risks, you got to be quick-witted. Sometimes you got to make a snap decision. In order to make the right snap decision, you need to be experienced at doing it. So, don't think you're not good enough early on in your life if you take some, quick risks that don't pan out because you're still learning. But by the time you get to your late 20s, early 30s, you should have made enough mistakes already to the point of where you know how to better handle these quick decisions, right? And now in my 40s, I can decide on something almost instantly because I know right off the bat whether it's going to be more than likely a good thing or not a good thing, right? Okay. A mature man will make reservations in advance when he wants to take his date out. Sometimes I do that. In most cases, like you go to a restaurant and if you have to wait for 30 minutes, you can just kick back and have a conversation with your woman, or you go to the bar, have a drink, right? But yeah, no, the whole point is that, you want to think ahead. You want to plan some things. You don't have to plan everything. You can be a bit spontaneous, but if you're going to go away for a weekend out of town with your lady, you have to plan some of it. You got to get a nice room. You may want to, look at some hiking trails in advance. So that way, when you get there, you're taking your lady out on a journey and you already know in your head how that weekend's going to go. And all you have to do is tell her, hey, babe, got this nice room. What do you think about this room? Oh, it looks great. Okay. We're going to go hiking and dinner and this and that, and we're going to have fun. Right. And maybe along the way, as you're driving, maybe you see a fruit stand or one of those specialty general stores that little small towns have. And you say, hey, babe, you want to stop off at the specialty store and see what they got here? Oh, it sounds so cool. It's so spontaneous. Like I've never met a guy like that. Really? Like, I love this stuff. Oh, God, you're such a good guy. But right. See? That's what it's all about. So a mature man will make reservations in advance when he wants to take his date out. Well, he put out twice. Anyway, typo, no big deal. Talk to his boss about a promotion opportunity. Sit his friends down and talk them out of doing something stupid, even if it means that they will get mad at him. Oh, I've been in that situation many times. So many of my friends have wanted to do some stupid things, You try to talk them out of it. Most of the time, they're like, I'm going to do this anyway, and then they fail, and then they come back at you, and they're like, oh, you're going to tell me I told you so, right? I should, but I'm not. Hopefully you learned your lesson, bro, right? Put himself in danger to protect his loved ones or sacrifice his comfort to ensure their happiness. Well, that's the protective nature that men have when they're in a relationship. That is your job as a man, is to be protective of your girlfriend, your wife, your kids. It's not about being overprotective in a controlling way. It's being protective at the right amount. There is a point where being too protective is overly protective, and that's controlling. You don't want to let it get to that level. But if you don't feel the need to be protective at all to your girlfriend, towards your girlfriend or your wife or anything, they're going to pick up on that, and they're not going to feel comfortable being around you because they're not going to feel safe to be around you, if something were to happen, right? While you're out doing whatever. This doesn't mean that mature men always know exactly what to do or have the ability to handle any situation, but they will try to the best of their ability to ensure a favorable outcome. Right? We always look at it from a positive standpoint. We always look at how can we make every situation the best possible positive situation it can be with no negativity, if possible. All right, number 12. Give me a second here. Number 12, they don't set unrealistic goals. That's right. Real men don't set unrealistic goals. Some people will often get disappointed and quit because they have set unrealistic goals for themselves right from the start and are then unable to achieve them. Right. You've got to set attainable goals. Specific and attainable goals. If you set unattainable goals you can't reach, you're going to spiral the opposite way. You're going to feel like you're a failure, and you're not a failure. You're just setting the bar way too high. An important aspect of maturity is being able to correctly gauge your capabilities and be honest with yourself, which allows mature men to set more realistic goals. Right. You know what you're made of, and you know what you're capable of. You know how far you can push certain things, right? Or anything. Okay? Now, you learn more about that as you get older because you learn from your mistakes when you're younger. But by the time you get, like I said, to your late 20s, early 30s, you should have a pretty good grip on how to handle these situations. They are patient enough to dedicate themselves to slowly making progress in the long run and understand that the ultimate goal isn't attaining quick results, but sustainable results. That's what I'm doing here on my channel. I've been on YouTube for about 4 years between my former channel and this one. And I've dealt with trolls and drama and haters for the last, up until the last 6 months ago when I totally removed myself from it. Okay? And it was a lesson learned because I didn't realize I was even involved in drama, initially. And then when I wanted to get away from it, I had to learn how to get away from it out here on YouTube. And once I did that, I just started ignoring everyone and started moving on and didn't let anything faze me, right? And have I been rebuilding? Yes. Has it been a very slow process based on what I dealt with these people in the past? Yes. Am I moving forward? Yes. And again, like I said, has it been very slow? Yes. But it's moving the needle forward every day. And each and every day, something better happens that keeps me moving forward. I know my results that I'm seeking are sustainable. And I know they're not going to happen overnight, but I know if I keep moving forward, they're going to happen in the near future. And the last one, they don't let their ego get the best of them or act on impulse. Just like the guy I was talking about at the beginning of this video. This guy has a huge ego because he's very insecure within himself. And, he doesn't love himself. It's the bottom line. He has a huge ego, and you can totally tell. In the end, the mark of a truly mature man is his ability to keep his ego under check and actually think things through before doing something. So this dude I was talking about at the beginning of this stream, that's a YouTuber. I didn't mention his name, but I mentioned what he did. This guy goes on someone's stream. The guy asks him some honest, straightforward questions. He didn't like the questions this guy asked, so he did a screen share through StreamYard, which is what the guy was using to run his stream. And then he started to share pornography on his live stream on purpose because he was going to try to get his stream and channel shut down. And then, on top of that, he basically ended up, flagging him after he did that because the guy let the stream up. And then he went into his Discord and told everyone in his Discord to flag the stream as well. And then the guy's channel was taken down for something that really wasn't his fault, right? He didn't really think this through before he reacted. This guy reacted very, very immaturely in this situation. He acted like a 2-year-old whiny little baby. Okay? Why? Because he's insecure, he's unhappy with himself. A real man would not have handled that situation in that way. A real man, which unfortunately this guy doesn't want to behave like one, would have just said, listen, man, I didn't know it was going to be like this. I don't feel comfortable answering these questions. And I'm just going to, I'm going to walk away from the stream. Maybe we can talk privately off the air later on. But I just, I can't do this anymore. No disrespect, right? He could have maturely walked away, but no, he didn't do that. He let his ego get to him because he's a very insecure man and very unhappy within himself, right? So yeah, like the blog author says here again in the first line of this last section, in the end, the mark of a truly mature man is his ability to keep his ego under check and actually think things through before doing something. This guy did not think it through. He overreacted. They understand that their actions might have undesired consequences and look past the immediate moment. Right. Planning their actions by anticipating what is to come, like an experienced chess player. Yeah. Yeah. Being a man is like a game of chess because we are more initial logical thinkers than women. Women are logical too, but they're emotional thinkers first. We're more logical thinkers, like a game of chess. Going back to this guy I've been talking about, throughout the stream, and especially at the beginning of the stream when I shared the story, this guy is not playing chess. He's not even playing checkers. To be honest with you, he's not even showing up to the ballpark. That's how far off this guy is. It's pretty sad, to be honest with you. For example, they know that going on a shopping spree will put them in dire financial straits come the end of the month, or that holding a grudge and starting a fight over little things will only make them feel miserable in the end. Yeah, so why are you going to do something that's going to make you feel miserable and horrible? Think ahead. I keep mentioning this all the time. Be proactive. If you're proactive and, think through how a situation will play out before you do something, you're going to give yourself a better chance at getting the desired result, which is going to be more positive and not negative, right? And there you have it. The things that a man must learn not to do before he can be considered a mature adult. No one is perfect. Let me repeat that again. No one is perfect. I agree. I'm not perfect. I don't expect anyone to be perfect. But if you have a complete lack of maturity and your ego is the size of Alaska, you got a lot of work to do on yourself. No one is perfect, and we could all probably work on some of these things in our own lives striving to become better men overall. Wonderful. 13 things mature men don't do. All right, I'm going to come back to full screen here. We're about to wrap this up in a minute, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the description section and now add the link towards the top of the description section. Give me a second here. As source. So when you go back and refresh or check out the replay, you'll be able to see the link. It is now in there. Mutt Nuts World says, night all, we'll catch up later. Yeah, Mutt, this was a 2-hour and 50-minute stream, one of the longest ones I've done in a while, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you folks did as well. Looks like Firewolf Studios has gone to sleep. It is 1:02 a.m. Eastern Time in your neck of the woods, Mutt, and in Firewolf Studios' neck of the woods. Only 10:02 in my area here in California. But yeah, folks, yeah, I really had a good time talking about this stream tonight. I hope you got some value from it. Look, you know, people are not perfect. People are going to make mistakes. Okay? But learn from those mistakes. And if you're, you know, how do I say this the right way? A real man is not going to try to kick another man down to, you know, to appear better. When you try to kick another man down, even if you're successful at doing it, it only makes you look worse than before you did it. The moment you realize is the moment you'll never do something like that again. This guy that went on this other guy's stream, and because he didn't like the questions he was being asked, instead of leaving, he screen shared pornography and then flagged his stream down and he got his channel shut down. Come on, man. You should be ashamed of yourself. That was the least manliest thing you could have ever done, man. It's really sad. With that being said, folks, I'm going to get on out of here. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I want to thank you to Mutt Nuts World for being here. I want to thank you to Firewolf Studios for being here and anyone else who was watching behind the scenes. Have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Oh, by the way, don't forget, tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific, I'm going to be releasing the 4K 60 frame per second Walking with Purpose video. That's an hour and 18 minutes long from a beautiful hiking trail in my area. Don't miss it. Great audio, great video, and I shared some great personal stories in there that I know you folks are going to love. All right, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.